office.
See me? He's come all this way to see me? Must be important.
Apparently. Something to do with a certain tape.
What could that possibly have to do with me?
Don't keep him waiting.
Make it a double serve, love. There's nobody else coming up.
Any help, thank you.
I didn't know you were out of hospital, Mary. You all right?
What do you reckon?
I don't believe you've met Brenda. Sick. Obviously blames me for the bashing. Make your call?
Yeah.
When can we go back in?
Well, there's not much point, really. One of those stupid fools spilt coffee all over it. It's stuff.
What?
Oh, sorry. I hope it wasn't too important.
Listen, don't play games with me, Hewitt. I don't know what you're planning on doing, but believe me, it won't work. I want the tape back, or you wish you never set eyes on me.
You're very good at wielding the big stick, aren't you, Sonia? But you're forgetting something.
Oh?
The dope. You won't see a penny of that bread without me, so the boot's on the other foot, isn't it? Look, we need each other, right? Forget about the tape. It's gone. Concentrate on this new business we're setting up. That's where the money is.
Stevens, he wanted in the governor's office.
It's quite clear, Governor. You've been sold a bill of goods.
Have I, Miss Ferguson?
These allegations are ridiculous.
A lot of the women are prepared to substantiate them.
Oh, I'm sure they are. But it doesn't mean they're true, does it?
You may be right, Miss Ferguson, but we do have to go through the motions nevertheless.
Yes, well, with all due respect, sir, you do have to understand these women. They don't take too kindly to an officer who expects them to stick to the rules.
Explain that.
Well, now, Stevens, for instance. She's just had a loss of privileges for her involvement in a gambling and illicit alcohol racket. Well, of course she's going to try and get back at me.
All right, Miss Ferguson, we realize prisoners do try to retaliate. But how do you explain this?
Ah, yes, young Mitchell's tape. She fell down the stairs, sir, and in the process damaged the tape. I thought I might be able to fix it for her.
Well, that's an admirable sentiment.
I see. Where's the missing tape, then?
Oh, I didn't know that it was missing. It was certainly in there when I left the staff room. Mrs. Morris can tell you that.
Come in. Thank you, Miss Riley. Now, Stevens, your requests will be granted in return for the tape you told me about. Did you bring it with you?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Reynolds. I don't know what you're talking about.
Would you prefer to speak to us alone, Stevens?
About that tape you mentioned?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Reynolds, but I don't know about any tape that could help you.
Here, let me.
Thanks. Better not let anyone else see you do this.
Oh, you girls work pretty hard as it is. What are you doing in the workshop anyway? You've been lugging these things in and out all day.
Oh, the prisons officers like to keep our noses to the grindstone. They think that way we'll stay out of trouble. You better let me take it now. You never know who might be coming round the corner. Nice day for it.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Hazel was asking all of us to kill her, not just Betty.
Now, Miss Daly has told us of the defendant's reaction to Kent's death. Were you present at the time?
Well, not when Betty found Hazel.
But you saw the defendant soon after.
Yeah.
And what was her reaction to her friend's death?
Well, I think she was kind of relieved. I think she was glad that Hazel was out of her pain.
We don't need to know what you thought. Thank you, Miss Mills. Dr. Collins, How long do you think the deceased would have lived had she not taken that fatal overdose?
Well, that's a little hard to say.
Well, just try, Doctor.
Well, you must understand there are several factors to take into account.
I'm sure we're all aware of that. But in a general sense, could Hazel Kent have lasted for a week, 2 weeks, a month?
As I was about to say...
6 months?
That's possible,
That's
but...
fine. Thank you, Doctor.
She said she'd killed a woman. That she'd administered a lethal dose of morphine to the person in question.
Just like that?
Yes, sir. According to my recollection, sir.
No, that's not how it was at all. Why don't you do something?
You will
Get
keep
Wally
quiet.
up here. He'll know how it
Silence!
really
The prisoner will take her seat and keep quiet. Silence! If I have to warn your client once more, Mr. Goldsmith, she will be charged with contempt of court.
Your Honour.
The garden looks like it needs a bit of work.
Yeah, well, the last governor, she started the prisoners growing their own veggies, but it didn't really come to much. They would rather opt for the higher-paying jobs.
Oh, that's a pity. There's nothing like fresh vegetables straight out of your own garden.
You sound as though you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, gardening's about the best way of relaxing I know. Perhaps I should get this one started up again.
You're back.
Look, I'll take Judy through. You have your break.
Thanks, Dave.
Come on, love.
I take it didn't go very well.
You could say that. It's going to be a long trial.
Well, why's that? Prosecution today, defence tomorrow, 3 days at the most, surely.
Well, long in terms of the strain on Judy. I mean, the prosecution did a very good job. It couldn't look worse. Well, you know how they can make the most innocent statements sound damning? I mean, even Scott's evidence made Judy look black.
God.
And she didn't help matters either. She got all upset and started yelling at her solicitor. Judge Warren nearly burst a blood vessel trying to quieten her down.
Oh, that's the worst thing she could have done.
So you can imagine how the jury's going to take it after hearing today's evidence. If I didn't know Judy, I could quite easily believe that she was nothing more than a ruthless, cold-blooded murderer.
Stevens! You'd better have a good reason for that little charade in the governor's office, or you won't be looking quite so smug when I'm finished with you.
Of course I have. But you must admit I'd be better off without you.
Oh, nice try. What went wrong?
I changed my mind. It's better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Oh, come on, Stevens. I can't imagine you passing up a chance to get out of here. Not unless something went wrong. And I'm prepared to buy it. For now. So you just watch yourself in the future, Stevens. Any more clever tricks and you'll be selling tickets to your own funeral. And get that stuff into the laundry.